Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're looking into the disappearance of Susan Lily Marable. She went missing in 1991 from Yakima, Washington. She was 34 years old. She was only 5 foot to 5'2", and she only weighed about 90 pounds. She was wearing a denim jacket, blue jeans, tan clogs with white soles, and a single silver unicorn earring. So it says she was addicted to heroin at the time of her disappearance, and she also suffers from anxiety. The associated vehicle was a maroon pickup truck. She had brown hair, brown eyes. She had scars on both upper arms, on her neck, on her abdomen. She has a homemade tattoo of a star on her left hand between her thumb and her index finger. Her ears are pierced. Maribel's nickname is Sue, and she may use the last names Hernandez and or Short. She was last seen in Yakima, Washington, 9:30 p.m. April 23, 1991. She'd gone out with some friends to the Sports Center Tavern. The bartender saw her getting into a maroon pickup, which she recognized as owned by Bill Robinson. She's never been heard from again. According to her sister, Marable got involved with drugs after she graduated nursing school and wound up losing her nursing career and custody of her daughter due to the drug abuse. By the time of her disappearance, she was a street prostitute. She was abducted and raped by a stranger in 1990 and suffered from anxiety after the attack. The parking lot where she was last seen was the same lot she was abducted from. The attacker, John Robinson, was convicted of first-degree rape and kidnapping in Maribel's case. During his sentencing in the spring of 1991, he threatened her and her family in open court. Marable disappeared just a few weeks later. John was civilly committed as a sexual violent predator after his release from prison. He was released from the commitment center in 2019 and went to live in Tacoma, Washington area, but has returned to the center a few months later after violating the terms of his release. John was in jail at the time of Susan's disappearance, but it's worth noting that it was his brother's pickup truck, the maroon one. His brother Bill. She got in the pickup truck with his brother Bill, and that's the one she was seen getting into the night that she disappeared. Police never interviewed him about her disappearance, and he died in 1992. Marable last saw her family in February 1991. She was acting uneasy and told her family she wanted to turn her life around. Foul play is suspected in her disappearance, but there have been no solid leads in her case in decades. And I wonder how he died. It doesn't say how he died, if he OD'd or committed suicide or what happened to him. It just says he died. So she's 34, she's 5 foot to 5'2", and we're going to look at some Jane Does. There's this one in Mission, Columbia, Canada, and this is the distance. It is 4.5 hours from where she disappeared from. And it said the estimated death was between 1985 and 1995, and they have partial skeletal remains. She was ages 20 to 40, white. They're not sure of her height and weight. It says missing teeth in the upper right portion of her jaw, may have worn dentures, but I don't know if she lost the teeth while she was being killed or, before or after. I don't know. So, on February 23, 1995, what appeared to be a partial skull with an attached vertebrae was located near a creek just south of Highway 7, approximately 800 meters east of the Ruskin Bridge in Mission. In August 2002, bones recovered during the search of the farm associated to Robert Picton were confirmed to be genetically linked to that partial skull. It's possible this family does not know she's missing, or may be under mistaken belief that she was reported missing and there is an open file because they don't know why they haven't found out who it is. So I thought, well, maybe that could be her. There's this on Twitter. Susan Marable last seen by her friends at the Sports Center Tavern in Yakima, Washington, getting into a maroon pickup truck. 27 years later, family and police are still looking for leads in her case. Can you or someone you know help find her? So, okay, and then there's this person. It's an unidentified female, and this one's in Washington. An auto accident. She was the right height, but she weighed a little bit more. It says she's Native American, though. Not recognizable, traumatic injury. She died that same day. But I thought she looked very similar. See, there's her, and I don't know if she has dark skin or not, or if she's part Indian. So look at her face, and then look at her face, and then we'll go back again. See her face, and we'll look at the middle one. So it looks very similar. She has high cheekbones, dark complexion, curving to the right, severe sclerosis, poor dental health, and a slight gap in her front bottom teeth. But, you know, if you're doing drugs, you might have poor dental health at the time. She was wearing a black cowboy vest, though, and a gray top, possibly with pink in it, so I don't know. The female, a passenger in a tractor trailer, was killed in a fiery crash on Interstate 5. The driver was also killed, and the driver was identified. Based on the driver's history, she may have been picked up along his route as a hitchhiker between Missouri and Washington somewhere. She was buried as a Jane Doe in Longview. Her body was exhumed in January 2014 in order to get a DNA sample and to create reconstruction of what she may have looked like. The remains were later examined further, and the woman is now believed to have been Native American ancestry, prompting an update facial reconstruction to be recreated. So I don't know what the facial reconstruction looked like before, when they thought she wasn't Native Indian, but I don't know if she was part Native Indian. And like I said, May 1991, she went missing April 23rd, 1991, and this girl died a month later. So see this photo right here, and look at her cheeks and her chin and her lips and her eyes, and then we'll look at her and see. I don't know. So I thought that could be her. Here's another one in Canada, but it says they died a year prior. So, and she was found in August. So, but this is only what? She went missing April. So this is only like 4 months later that she, unless she didn't, that they found this body. So, and she's 5'1" to 5'4". They don't know the weight, the color of the eyes, the color of hair, anything. So, and then we have this one, and I thought she looked a lot similar, but she's a little bit taller and she weighs more, so it can't be her. But I thought she really looked similar. And she was found in Oregon, but she didn't die till 1993. She did have long brown hair, so I don't know. So, but I think it says she has brown eyes, and does she have brown eyes too? What color were her eyes? Brown hair, brown eyes. Okay. So, they were found. She was lying face down on the rocky east bank of the river. She drowned. And here's her again. This is on the Doe Network. So she's 34 years old, 5 foot to 5'2", 85 to 90 pounds, brown shoulder length hair. Then her other names. Scar on her abdomen. And I didn't check that with the does to see. This one was in British Columbia, partial skeleton, 20 to 34 years old. But they're not sure if it's female or not. It talks about where it was located, and that is very far. That is like 7 hours and 11 minutes. So, I wonder if any of them had a scar on their abdomen. Skull was attached, bones were covered. Farm, I don't think they would know. And I don't know if she probably just lost her tooth when was she murdered? Oh yeah, it doesn't say how she died. She could have lost them then, so I don't know. Sometimes if they're killed or they're beaten or their body's dragged around, sometimes they lose their teeth, it says. High cheekbones, dark complexion. Let's see, brown. 5 foot, 110 pounds. Poor dental health, slight gap. Female passenger, tractor trailer. She may have been picked up hitchhiking. DNA sample. I don't see if it says that there was a scar. And this one doesn't say. I thought I saw one that had a scar on the abdomen, but I might have taken that one off. Scar on her lower abdomen. Cesarean section scar on her lower abdomen. This one. That didn't die till 1993. But she's a little bit taller. It's like she's 5'4" and 140 pounds. In Oregon. So they would have had to got her height wrong, and she would have had to have been gained weight. So, but that one did have a C-section scar. And that one does look a lot like her, see? And we'll look again. Whoops, I can't look again. There's her. And I don't know where that one was. Now we gotta find it again. Okay, so this is her. And that's her. And then this one. And then that one. So yeah, it does look a lot like her. But she's only 5'2", maybe at the most, and this one's 5'4", so I don't know. So that's the ones I could find that were the Jane Does in the area that I looked. I looked Washington, Idaho, and Canada, because I thought, well, that would be... Oh, and I think I checked Oregon too. Washington, Idaho, Oregon, and Canada. Anyway, please feel free to leave comments and let me know your opinions and things like that. And if you have any information of what happened to her or anything, please contact them and let them know, because you know it seems like they need more information so that they can find out what happened to her. Anyway, because it's been a lot of years. 1991, said she would be 66 now. Anyway, don't forget to pray for her loved ones and her family, and thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Have a great day. Bye bye.